We got some huge news from the High Limit Racing Sprint Car Series. As you can see here from the headline over on the High Limit Racing website, High Limit Racing expands race schedule, increases driver payouts, and broadens Flow Sports partnership in 2024. But before we get to this, I do want to take a look at this here that they announced back in October when it was revealed that High Limit Sprint Car Series acquired the All-Star Circuit of Champions. You can see here the High Limit Sprint Car Series has finalized the acquisition of the All-Star Circuit of Champions. NASCAR Cup Series champion Kyle Larson and four-time World of Outlaws Sprint Cars champion Brad Sweet will take over ownership of the regional series, owned by three-time NASCAR Cup Series champion and Eldora Speedway owner Tony Stewart. Sprint car racing is in a better place today because of the contributions Tony has made, including his ownership of the All-Stars, said Larson, co-owner of the High Limit Sprint Car Series. His commitment to going back to the sport has been an inspiration to me personally. Brad and I share his passion for making the business side of the sport better for teams, drivers, and sponsors, and we're thankful for Tony's trust in us to carry what he started. Stewart purchased the All-Star Circuit of Champions in 2015, adding to his long list of legendary contributions to motorsports. As just the fourth different owner since the series' creation in 1970, Stewart grew the All-Star Circuit of Champions by expanding its footprint in the country, increasing purses for its teams, and raising the series' visibility by partnering with Flow Sports in 2020. He said, when I purchased the All-Stars in 2015, my intention was to unite what had become a divided class of regional 410 wing sprint car racing. Over the last 9 years, not only have we unified, but we also have pushed the boundaries on our geographic footprint, purse structure, and race format, while providing a series that has groomed young talent and provided a continued course for our seasoned veteran drivers. I'm extremely proud of our accomplishments. We have developed great relationships with corporate partners, tracks, promoters, team owners, and drivers, all of which have contributed to the success of the All-Star Series. The time is right to pass the torch to Kyle and Brad. I have had many conversations with them, both on their overall vision for 410 racing, and I am confident that with their leadership, the sport will continue to thrive in the foreseeable future. I am honored to have my name listed next to Bud Miller, Burt and Brigitte Emick, and Guy Webb as one of four to have owned the All-Star since 1970. I certainly need to recognize and thank our employees, our series directors, Don Graby, Eric Walls, and Kevin Naus. Have all contributed immensely to the series and to the sport. The series director role is a thankless job, and I appreciate their efforts. Blake Anderson and Ross Paulson are our longest tenured employees, having been with the All-Stars since the inception of my ownership. Their enthusiasm and dedication to the All-Stars and 410 racing are unparalleled. Kenny, Aaron, John, Tyler, Steve, Gooch, and Logan were the most recent part of the integral team that allowed us to remain humbly successful over the course of nearly a decade. I look forward to our final banquet in December to celebrate with all our constituents. So let's go back over here to this announcement. So obviously they bought the All-Star Series, and now they are expanding the race schedule for the High Limit. They're increasing driver payouts and broadening their Flow Sports partnership. So, Sprint Car Series owned by Brad Sweet and Kyle Larson will grow to more than 50 race nights nationally and pay out over $5 million in prize money. So, just to give you an idea of how many races they had this year, it was only 12. So, you see the Thunderbolt got rained out, but they raced at Lakeside. They raced at 34. Kokomo got postponed, so we're still at 2. Wayne County, Tri-County, we're at 4. Eagle Raceway, Grandview, 6. Kokomo, Huset's, 8. Lernerville, Bridgeport, and Lincoln. I think that's 12. It might be 11 or 12. I can count, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So they had 11 races this year, and they had one was rained out, and then one got postponed. So they're supposed to have 12 races. So going up to 50 is huge. That's more than 4 times what they were doing this year. And then they also reveal here that Flow Sports has taken a minority equity stake in the series and will stream races on Flow Racing with hours of additional original content and social programming planned. So here is the press release. High Limit Racing, founded and owned by NASCAR champion Kyle Larson and 5-time World of Outlaws champion Brad Sweet, is expanding in 2024. The formerly named High Limit Sprint Car Series is adding events and increasing driver payouts while broadening its partnership with Flow Sports. The midweek race series will evolve into a 50-plus race night schedule across the country and increase driver payouts to more than $5 million. To support the series, High Limit Racing entered a multi-year media agreement with Flow Sports, which has taken a minority equity stake in the new venture and will continue to stream live race events while also producing original content on Flow Racing, its motorsports vehicle. Brad Sweet and I literally grew up in this sport, and our passion for sprint car racing runs deep. The 2023 High Limit season went well, but we saw room for growth and more opportunities that were out there to make this division of racing stronger. Not only are we going to continue to run tight, highly entertaining races for the fans, but we're going to do it while raising purses and making the sport more financially viable for drivers and teams. On top of that, the partnership with Flow Sports will bring more eyeballs to our events and grow the sport overall. I can't think of a much better situation for all involved. So, High Limit Racing will award a point fund of $1 million for the champion team and driver winning $250,000. Similar to its 2023 season, High Limit Racing will have a midweek money series within the national tour, awarding a separate $100,000 total point fund. Sweet will compete in every event and pursue his first High Limit Racing championship with the Casey Kane Racing Napa number 49 team. Larson, crowned the midweek series champion earlier this month, will continue to compete in select events while also pursuing a NASCAR Cup Series championship and an Indianapolis 500 victory in 2024. We're working on a diverse and efficient schedule that will maximize the travel time for our teams, Sweet said. With increased purses and the availability for teams to also compete in the sport's crown jewels that may not be high limit sanctioned. High limit drivers and teams have the highest revenue opportunity in sprint car history, barring the million in 2023. We're proud of that and see it as a launching pad for the future of sprint car racing. The support of Casey Kane, Napa, and everyone at Casey Kane Racing means a lot to me. Sweet continued. We've accomplished a lot together, and now we'll go on a new adventure and try to add a high limit championship to our resume. They're taking this jump with me, and that shows how strong and committed this team is. Flow Sports will support the partnership with original content, which we've kind of gone over that. It says, over the course of an 11-race season, High Limit content generated more than 8.5 million views this year, with Flow Racing Motorsports coverage earning more than 142 million views across all branded platforms. So clearly, dirt track racing and short track racing in general seems to be quite a success for Flow Racing and Flow Sports. Flow Racing is the go-to destination for motorsports fans, delivering premium event coverage and original content to viewers across the globe. The expansion of High Limit Racing and our investment in it reinforces our commitment to the growth of motorsports and delivering it authentically to audiences everywhere, said Mark Floriani, co-founder and chief executive officer of Flow Sports. So it says the series will make its West Coast debut in 2024 with events including the Gold Cup Race of Champions at Silver Dollar Speedway in Chico, California, and the Skagit Nationals at Skagit Speedway in Burlington, Washington. We'll also have two events in conjunction with NASCAR, one at Texas Motor Speedway in April and another at Lakeside Speedway, roughly 8 miles from Kansas Speedway in May. The prestigious Eldora Speedway will host High Limit Racing twice with a 2-day midweek event in July and a return appearance in September for the Four Crown Nationals. Eagle Raceway will return with the biggest midweek money series purse at the Eagle Nationals. They also plan to race at the Bob Wiekert Memorial and Tuscarora 50 events at Port Royal in Pennsylvania Speedway, the Dean Niddle Memorial at Portsmouth Speedway, and the annual Race Rudin Foundation race will also be on the schedule in 2024. It says the full schedule and information on the High Rollers team roster is forthcoming. Official sponsors for High Limit Racing will also be announced at a later date, and they encourage people to follow them on the various social medias. So huge news for High Limit Racing. I found the series to be quite entertaining. I didn't watch all of it, but the drama between Kyle Larson and Rico Abreu was extremely exciting. The two are going back and forth with each other. Really solid racing, very exciting. And you'd have Buddy Kofoid was joining in there too on some races and things like that. So you had people kind of joining in on different races, and it made it really exciting. So I'm really interested to see where they go to here. I love that it's in the middle of the week. I feel like that's a huge gap that's missing, and it kind of fills that, especially with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. I love those midweek races. Gets my fix that I miss when I'm just having to wait for my weekly series that are usually on Friday and Saturday. So I love seeing the races on those like Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. So I definitely feel like there's a demand there, and they're going to fill it, and I'm really looking forward to see what they do. This is some of the best 410 sprint car racing out there, and looking to see what they deliver in 2024. And I'm looking to see Brad Sweet go against Rico Abreu, and looking to see who else might be racing with them full time.